like the moon and the sun. She is worth more than gold, like the stars in the sky. She is worth more than diamond. She is worth more than silver.
Women are the most beautiful creatures on earth. And so they are supposed to be loved and cared for.
Imamaya Bwawaya Ngozi Chukwu Bunkeya. She's a very...
Thank you for joining the program. It's her honor from the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Port Harcourt. My name is Blessing Wanuku. I can't help wondering what the world would have looked like without a woman. Not to think that women are being excluded when key decisions are being taken, not minding that they are most affected by the outcome of these decisions.
Women are the most beautiful creatures on earth. And so they are supposed to be loved and cared for.
Exploring the barriers to women's participation in key decision making is the focus for our discussion. I have here a wonderful woman in the house, a mother and a woman of honor. She is an administrator. Join us to make welcome Mrs. Ifeoma Chukwugo. Good to have you on Her Honor, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to have you on Her Honor again.
Amen. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, you look so good. You look so charming. What is the secret?
I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Yes, thank you. I will just say it is the grace of God.
Wow.
As a senior citizen pursuing 70 years,
Wow.
the Lord has been good. And I believe that that is the secret. It is just the grace of God.
Just the grace of God.
Yes.
Wow, I'm going to tap from that. Can we know things that are new about you that you need to share with us?
Okay. Recently, I just came back from Ghana, where we had this transformational leadership conference that gave me a Kwame Nkrumah medal and also honoris causa in business as a businesswoman. And I just want to thank God that women are making waves all over, and in our region, Africa, and in our even West Africa, we are being honored and are being recognized as part of the improvement in the countries and in the region. So those are the new things that I added to my feather as the admin of Jephthah Group of Schools.
Wow, bravo.
That you know.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, let's look at the experience of women. How would you describe what women are going through in recent years?
Okay, thank you very much. With statistics, women have actually been relegated to the background for various reasons. It is not far-fetched because every 8th of March we celebrate the International Women's Day by the United Nations, and we are always talking about gender inequality.
Yeah.
We are making signs to show that we are not just under, we are by the side, and that we should be, our right of place should be by the side, not under and not above the men, but some form of inclusivity. So women have been actually discriminated against for various reasons. If we go back to history, the United Nations Women in 1975 started the Women Conference, and that was in Mexico. And from Mexico, they moved to Copenhagen in 1980. And in 1985, it was in Nairobi. However, in 1995, it was in Beijing, China. That was the great one. And in Beijing, more than 250 pages of declaration were made that women must be given at least 25% affirmation. And so all over the world, nations and nation head states were told, give the woman, gender, a place in leadership. both in the political leadership, in the local leadership, in the church leadership. So it came as if it was women liberation. But I must tell you, it wasn't women liberation, because we have already been liberated. There are two genders, male or female. Remember then, it's now we are hearing about transgender and all those gender. But then it is male and female. And we have been liberated, so it's not women liberation. It's just the right of place, because there are some discrimination and some disparity and some, not being inclusive. But overall, these are things that happen because of, for many reasons. There are many reasons why we are excluded. And number one of it, I want to say, is lack of voter education. For you to be elected, selected, or appointed to a position of leadership, there must be some form of a process. And that process sometimes goes by voting, and you find that the voters' education is very poor, both for the women and even the men. So women end up as campaign managers, as cheerleaders. They change uniform in the morning, they change in the afternoon, they change it in the evening. For the men, they support the group. At the end of the day, they are called women leader. But not the women leader stops as women leader. They share their things. But I believe that if there are more education to the women, that you are also a participant, not just a cheerleader, but a participant that we go. Secondly is poverty. For you to go into leadership, you need some money. Even to take a form from a political party, you need to buy a form. It costs some money. So you find that poverty is part of it. Also, despite the gender inequality and what I can say, feminized corruption. Oh, is she not a woman? What can a woman do? No, women go to the back. Depending, like I told you, a Jew, if he wants to pray, you say, oh God, I pray that I'm not a woman or a dog. The other one tells us that, oh, the women should be in the other room or in the kitchen. That's her place. It's only actually in the Christianity you find women by the side, because they believe that the woman was taken from the rib. So she shouldn't be under and trampled upon, and she shouldn't be above. So there are various reasons why women are excluded. Even women themselves too. We are told that women are enemies of themselves. When you get into leadership, I'm a retired civil servant. I worked for many years for the federal government. I retired as a lecturer from the Petroleum Training Institute. And you find that women in authority don't like their fellow women. So I just call that maybe jealousy, or I don't know which language you use for it, envy and all that and all that. So even in politics and in leadership, most women don't want the women to succeed them.
Looking back from our orientation, the cultural orientation of who the girl child is from the family, you're told how to behave and conduct yourself. Don't you think that this culture have this influence over women?
Yes, like I told you, it is not just culture, it's society. It is not also just the family, it's the time. Some of us were born maybe in the 50s, in the 60s. Remember that people like us are fortunate to even go to school. Being born in the 50s, because then the girl child was not even allowed to go to school. She was told that her place is in the kitchen, and she gets married and nothing happens. But if you have a father who believed that the children are equal, male and female, created he them. That though someone like my father sent me to school, he was a locomotive inspector in Nigerian Railways, and that's why he said no. So
you need to go to school.
I need to go to school. So I was educated at the same time with my brothers. So you find that it's not just family, because it is in different families. It is also in different cultures. We've had cultures that the women were allowed to go. Sometimes I will go back again to poverty. If you have to take a choice to train a boy or a girl, you train a boy and leave the girl. But if you can train both, you do. So the same thing in leadership. The feminist problem is that no, these ones cannot go. Let the men go first.
They should take care of the home.
Yeah, they should take care of the home. They should be in the other room and take care of the kitchen. In fact, they must not be heard. Even if they are seen, they should be seen as ceremonial. But they will not, their voices are not needed. Their opinions are not needed. So that is cultural. But things have changed.
You know, I'm thinking that because women have been told that this is your place, and I'm still wondering that even in this time of enlightenment, where each and every one of us seem to be exposed with this, happenings around our society. You use politics, for example. During campaign, the women, we prefer to rally around the men. When is a woman coming out, everybody, look at it as you're not supposed to do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
Yes.
So how do we begin to change our mindset over this?
Okay, that is the point. A change of mindset, a retraining.
Yeah.
A rethinking, because that has been the problem. And also the upcoming ones, I must tell you the change is taking place, because change is the only permanent thing. Stereotypes, or people that say, oh no, I remember some years ago, I left the federal government's job. I retired but not tired, and joined the business world. And it is said that if you're a businesswoman, you are a prostitute, because nobody can make it in the business world unless you follow men. And I debunked it for them. And I told them, no, you don't have to. We sat in the same class in the university with the men. Some of us even made better grades, made better classes than the men. A lot of women are very intelligent. Margaret Thatcher is an industrial chemist, and she's a leader. So I am industrial chemist, so I follow.
Are you a leader?
Yeah, I'm a leader.
Yeah.
And whenever we go for our chemical society, in the UK, and you see her there as a leader. So we are debunking it that we are not only meant to stay in the kitchen. You can stay in the kitchen and stay in the boardroom. The rules should not be a problem. You're not in the boardroom 24 hours, and not in the kitchen 24 hours. You prepare, and these days with automation, you don't even have to stay in the kitchen for more than 1 hour. Things are out on the table. So the girl-child education has helped a lot to say, listen, you can be a leader. You can be an impactful person in society. You can impact your society without disturbing your other roles, because we are made as women, as incubators, as life givers, as family people. So we wouldn't lose those innate abilities which we were born with and trained with. However, the leadership too. In fact, women are, our leadership is even inbuilt, because we lead the family in a different way. Our husbands are the heads of the family, quite all right. They provide, they steer the affairs of the family, but the woman is almost home with the children. I thank God for my own children. They always thank me, oh, mommy, thank you for steering us right in life, for seeing to our education, for making sure things are right. Yes, you don't even want our daddy to be disturbed. You say, no, daddy is working to pay our fees. He's working to build our house. He's working to do this, so nobody should disturb daddy.
So they come to you.
So they come to me, and you provide that leadership that will steer children. So if somebody can provide some form of family leadership, why would that person provide national leadership?
Wow.
Why wouldn't we provide leadership in the church? There are the Deborahs, the wife of Lapidot. You have them in the Bible. You have Mary Slessor. They just celebrated 100 years of a 16-year-old girl that left Scotland as a missionary because there was a need in Africa. And she came and made sure that twins were not killed. I need to know, it's goosebump over all while we are watching the first twins she saved. Read at the 100 years of Mary Slessor.
Well, I tell you, this discussion is becoming so interesting. When we return on this short break, this discussion will continue.
Hey, Queen. Hey, Queen. Hey, Queen. Sister.
She's a virtuous
Girl, you've done it again. You are constantly raising the bar for all of us and doing so flawlessly.
You do know that you're that girl, right?
I hope that when you wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, you see how divine you are.
Know that so many people want what you got. You have dreams to fulfill and promises to yourself that you must keep.
I know at times you feel underappreciated and misvalued. Trust me, we've all been there.
So it's necessary that you can count on yourself.
Now, don't go seeking perfection.
Extend yourself a little grace.
Don't be afraid to celebrate the little wins as much as the big ones.
You, Miss Thane, are courageous. You are dynamic. You are principled.
It's good to know you're still watching the program Is Her Honor from the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Port Harcourt. And of course, we are looking at exploring the barriers to women's participation in decision making. And I have a wonderful guest here who is doing justice to this discussion. You just said something that touched me. Why the men are busy making the money, the women should be playing leadership role as mothers to their children. Why is it that today when a woman is also helping out to ensure that she helps in keeping the family in order, especially the struggle for contributing to the finance of the family, and sometimes we are even beginning to see them as breadwinners. You see the men, rather than supporting them and applauding them for doing well for the family, they fight them. Why?
Oh no, that's very unfortunate. I won't want you to generalize it.
Yeah.
Because even these days, it is difficult for one provider for the family. I must tell you the truth. I'm a mother of 6 and a grandmother of 6. I have 6 children and 6 grandchildren.
Oh.
And I noticed that it takes 2 to tango. The wife will not just be docile without bringing in anything, just because she's a woman with a womb. A woman with a womb, that's the only difference. Our head is the same, our hand is the same, our legs are the same, our body physique is the same. The only difference between a woman and a man is the womb and the reproductive system.
Yeah.
So why should a wombed woman, a wombed man, not work like a man just because she's watching? The womb is not busy all the time. If after some time the womb is not even busy at all. After some time we get into menopause and the womb is no more active, and we're now raising the products of the womb.
Yes.
So it is okay, 2 are better than 1 for a support from the wife or from the woman in the house. With an understanding, the man will appreciate it. Where I find the problem is that some women, when they become providers, because it is not a natural rule, they won't be humble. Pride will set in. Disloyalty to their husbands will set in. Anger. Am I not the one providing? You are supposed to be providing. In fact, sometimes they even take their children on their side, and the man becomes like belittled. What can you do?
Yeah.
What can you? So that now makes the man now think, oh, you think you are the man, I'm still the man.
Wow.
Even if you are the woman, and the woman will say, oh no, I'm turning your neck, you are the head, I'm the neck. And things like that happen. But I believe it's because of lack of understanding.
Wow.
2 are better than 1. And there are very few people that succeeded well without the covenant of the 2.
Wow.
That you even went to work and came back to a home, to a warm home, to a woman that is willing to support. And for us as human beings, we have high and low times.
Wow.
Sometimes the man is high, sometimes it's low. So it's not all the way smooth like that.
Yeah, that is not smooth today does not mean it won't be smooth forever.
Again. So the women, the reason I have seen a lot of women, I've mentored some, I have daughters-in-laws, and I have a lot of people. I've seen some that the problem is that they are proud. But you need to be humble, because you can't just oppose the rules.
At all.
You are married, the man is the man, you are the woman. There's no way you can just oppose it. So even if you are doing the role of the man, unless you didn't also marry out of love. I don't know how they marry now, but in those days we marry out of love and affection. So that, if the man doesn't bring, you bring. If you don't bring, the man brings.
And it shouldn't be heard.
It should no. Even sometimes when you want to do things for your children and the man doesn't have, you give it to the man to give them. That will make for peace. Every 5 years there is changing in the society. The society I grew up in, is not a society they are growing up in now.
Wow.
So when I ask some of these younger ones, as an educator and somebody that is carrying the next generation through education, and even in church as a youth leader, as a youth mentor,
and a counselor,
I find that they don't want that at all. They tell me, well, this is a role. Some of them even sign prenuptial agreement, prenup, for what the man will do and what they cannot do, and what he can do and what she can do. And there's nothing like I will help you and I will not help you. The society is moving towards that area, but we don't have to allow it to go that way. So women can help in leadership, at home, in the church, in everywhere,
even
everywhere.
In the society.
In the
everywhere.
society, yes. You know they have their qualities to change it. How can you practice democracy without women? And you say it's the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Which people? If the women are excluded. So you find that women will be included, but the women should come with humility and also accept the man as the leader. Whether it's a man that cannot lead or there's a mission you people are going through. You go under the mission. That is what submission means. The man also will realize that the woman has her own weaker version, a few things that will make her not behave like the man. Otherwise, the roles will be juxtaposed.
You know, the point of worry here is that when you make this decision and make policies that will affect certain people, those people you're making these policies should also be carried along.
Yes.
Because you don't just create something that will affect me without also knowing if I'm comfortable with what you're creating. That boils down to the church, boils down to the family, and boils down to the larger society.
That is why some countries like Sweden, France, and some Egypt, where women are, the affirmation is taking place, the Beijing affirmation is taking place, they are in the policy making they take decisions that are family friendly, economic friendly for the women, sustainable, because they are in the center where those decisions are being made. So when decisions are being made, they are looking at how will it affect women, not just for us, because the men will not understand.
For everybody, including the children,
including the family, because we are a society, not just men. You just said it now, that without them, how can you make policies that will affect somebody when that person is excluded? Countries like I just said, France, Sweden, they have gone far, and when you get there, you see very friendly policies for women and for the family, and that brings serenity and peace in the society.
The truth is that, like I said earlier, I wonder what this world would have looked like without a woman. Now we have the women, and we have them in numbers.
Yeah, 50% of the population.
Energetic and all whatnot. What is your final thought to make each and every one that is watching this program understand their role and to do it effectively?
Women themselves, like I said, there will be education. And also the stereotype of that only loose women join politics. Only bad women join politics. Decent is not decent. That should be debunked. That should be thrown to the dustbin. You don't have to make it wrongly. In fact, women bring some form of decorum, even in politics. So you find that the women themselves must first of all agree to be leaders. Must agree that, well, this thing is for all of us. And don't shy away from it. Even when you are backed at, no, don't go. I remember I so loved our ex-president's wife, Dr. Mrs. Patience Jonathan. She took it to another level.
Wow.
The affirmation for women, the Beijing conference, she took it to a very top level, and we were always hailing her because the women were sensitized. Yes, she was supported very much by her husband, who of course all boils down to again education. I also think that women should be educated properly. So that education is very important, and it should be given to both men and women. You know why women should be in politics is that they are fair. They are fairer. The woman has empathy.
Yeah.
The woman has intuition.
Yeah.
The woman is futuristic. She doesn't want to leave a nation for the children that she seared.
And that is why we need to be there. We need to be heard.
Yes, we need to be heard because we are legacy people. We have people who want to bequeath our legacy to, and those are our children. I had a good Nigeria, and I still believe in a good Nigeria. So no matter the problem, I have hope.
I trust that.
Yes,
just like she believed, I also believe.
Yes,
we are going somewhere.
Yes. Let me just tell you, women, can you read the second stanza of the national anthem of 1960? That's the one I'm used to. The Arise Your Compatriots is even new, but I'm used to, oh God of all creation, grant this low request.
That is the new national anthem now.
This is the new national anthem, which was the old one.
Yes.
But that stanza too says, oh God of all creation. Friends, you cannot get it without God. I don't see a nation without God going too far. So I'm going to close by telling you that let us be right with God. Are you a Christian? Are you a pagan? Are you a Muslim? Whatever. There's a God that sees above the affairs of men. And I want you to see that that is the God that is going to help Nigeria. As sung in our national anthem, O God of creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. Women, children, no man is oppressed. Nobody is oppressed.
Wow.
And so with strength and unity. Thank you.
Thank you for coming again on this program.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, if we say we can, we can.
Yes.
Just make effort.
Amen.
And with the support from the men, we are going to be there.
Amen.
Thank you for watching, and do hope you join us again on yet another episode of Her Honor. Amen. Bye for now.
Amen.
Like the moon and the sun, she is worth more than gold. Like the stars in the sky, she is worth more than diamond. She is worth more than silver.
Women are the most beautiful creatures on earth. And so they are supposed to be loved and cared for.
Imamaya Bwagwaya.